Harvey Norman.
Tonight on Before the Game. Leaping into the studio after another stellar Swans win against the Hawks, it's Leo Barry. After last night's win, we'll ask Doggies on ball of Daniel Cross how it feels to play the waiting game. Strawny hits the track for a Port Power training session. We go inside 60 with Geelong's Josh Hunt. Plus, we get to the Telstra Dome to preview the big game between St Kilda and Brisbane. And all our regular segments will be back. A massive week of whispers in footy, and it's been thrown into turmoil tonight with the report of Mark Rasciuto from the Adelaide Crows. We'll have a look at that later in the show, but time to welcome the normal, regular customers.
Yes, as you said, the big story during the week, the whispers in the sky with Tony. Been working on that, might release it later this week.
Oh, you could do a duet with Chris Judd's mother on Grandfather.
That's a very good idea, Sam. But the big story, of course, what happened in the air? Did umpire Matthew Head say, now we know what a victory feels like? That's what Tony Jones from Channel 9 is saying. Collingwood now have invited the three umpires down to the Lexus Centre so they can remind the players what a victory does feel like. It's been a while, but what happened up there, guys?
I think the umpires took it too far, though, by singing the Freo Club song the whole way back to Melbourne. That was really pushing it too far.
If Matthew Head gives himself 3 Brownlow votes, that's when you know they've gone too far.
Exactly.
I have to defend. I don't think he did it. I do not think he did it.
You don't?
I bumped into his girlfriend in a car park the other day.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I did. That is true.
No, it was Matthew Head's girlfriend.
Because she works at Nova, right? And she said he didn't say it. That's what she said. And, I mean, you're going to believe her? She's his girlfriend.
Well, so it's girlfriend versus Jones.
Yes, I know.
The AFL have cleared them, though. AFL have cleared them. They have booked all their future flights on Peru Airlines, though, which is concerning.
That's a very topical joke. Now, actually, a lot of Before the Game viewers were actually on that flight.
Is that right?
This is amazing stuff.
No, it's not amazing. We have a lot of viewers.
Yeah, I know. What's amazing, because he had the St Kilda member who's since disappeared, who actually wrote down on his ticket. Mitch, was it?
Yeah.
He wrote down on this ticket what what Matthew Head apparently or supposedly said. A lot of people have done the same thing before the game. Viewers have sent in their boarding passes, and they had wrote down what they heard on the same. It's amazing stuff. So let's have a look at some of the boarding passes that have come in during the week. These are things that were overheard. Could someone tell Eddie to move his head? I can't see the movie. That's a bit harsh. Another one was, can I have another meal? Grant Thomas ate mine. This one's a bit weird. The stewardess just smiled at me. Now I know what it feels like to have a victory in my pants. I don't even understand that one. Sorry, one has just been sent in as we speak.
Yeah.
Check out this one. Can I have another life jacket? Grant Thomas ate that as well. Unbelievable.
Pete, I understand Dermy was going to write some comments down as well, but his crayon broke.
Right, the junior captain's...
Well, did you know, Pete, I don't think you did know this, but apparently Strawny was also on the flight.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I wonder what his reaction was. I wonder.
Strawny was on the flight coming back from Perth to Melbourne, and he heard a few things the umpires said. In fact, I wrote them down. I was having some Red Rooster. I was having one of their chicken burgers, and I wrote it down. And the umpire said, Strawny is a superstar. So it's right there. I wrote it down, so it's true. And as in chips as well. So Strawny is a superstar. They must have said it twice. So I also had some cheesy nuggets, but I left those on the plane. I could probably go back and get them, but it pretty much said the same thing. So Strawny in controversy again, I guess.
Very thorough.
Getting bigger and bigger, isn't it? It's controversy.
Takes it to another level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very
Player
thorough
involvement.
investigation, though, wasn't it? To have investigated Strawny. It's good. Couldn't find Mitch, but found Strawny.
That's right. And the AFL have actually they've instigated even more thorough investigation. Do you know that they asked me to scrutinise all footage of umpire activity during last week's round?
What did
I had
you
to
come up
pour through all the footage and find anything that I thought was out of the ordinary.
Okay.
And I only came up with one thing, all right? There was a goal umpire and his behaviour during one of the matches. Have a look at this goal umpire's cheeks as he signals the goal here.
It's a point.
We need a full investigation into that. He'll be sent a please explain from the AFL what's going on with your cheeks.
Nice work, Hughes.
Hopefully they're the only cheeks that were wobbling too. I'm not sure what the cheer squad saw behind that. But it's a great game of footy you played today that you saw, Hutto.
No, it wasn't.
Was a shocker,
Actually,
wasn't
it was a shocker. But let's have a look at the scoreboard anyway. It's great as far as the Swans supporters are concerned. 29-1-29 to 11-9-75. Leon Davis. Nick Davis kicked 4, Barry Hall 3, and Ben Dixon were the major goal kickers. Of course, we've got Leo Barry on the show later on, and we'll have a look at some of the highlights then, Sam.
And they've secured third place now. The Swans, the only worry injury-wise was Nick Fosdyke, but I understand that Paul Roos in his press conference has said that he's okay. So couldn't ask for much more.
And that is the end of our season. But great news for Hawthorn. Looks like Jeff Kennett is going to be installed as president at the end of this year. I think it's going to be great for the club financially. It'll be great for the profile of the club. And whisper is he could line up on a half-back flank next year as well.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and I believe all the Hawthorn players have now E-tags implanted in them, which is a great idea. I think good on you, Jeff Kennett.
Yeah,
And of course, when you get dragged now as a Hawthorn player, you go to the back bench.
Oh,
Instead of
dear.
just the bench.
Nice. Well, a big win for the Sydney Swans today at the MCG, setting up their September campaign. Let's go down to the rooms with their very own Andy Marr and one of the stars of the Sydney Swans, Brett Kirk. And Andy, what a perfect preparation for the Swans today for finals fever.
Yeah, super lead-in it was, Pete, and a super player he is. He was probably BOG again today. It was a great lead-in with September now just around the corner.
Yeah, we probably didn't play great footy today, but look, a 9-goal win against Hawthorn, you'll take that any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Now, Kirky, can I ask you about your captain today, Barry Hall? I mean, he could have won the Coleman medal, but he decided to basically kick that away by passing off to teammates. He looks happy now. Is he not mean anymore at all?
Yeah, actually, Leo Barry was the captain today, mate. But,
sorry.
Yeah, but
Good work, Easy.
Hawley's going to be captain next week. But yeah, Big Barry, he could have obviously gone himself quite a few times, but he had plenty of assists today, which is what we want. We want to be playing for each other.
Thanks.
Now, Brett, today, Barry Hall, Jared Roughhead was on Barry Hall for a while. Is it the most unattractive matchup you've seen all season?
Yeah, there's a couple of roughheads there.
And of course, Hawthorn, their season's finished. Brett, did they start mad Monday halfway through the third quarter?
No, they were really competitive, and obviously they were floating a lot of numbers down back, so it was a bit of a frustrating game, but it was good to get up in the end.
So, Brett, what do you do now? I mean, obviously the Adelaide West Coast game is in progress. Do you go somewhere and just have a bit of a look at who you'll be playing next week?
We've actually got a signing upstairs, and then look after ourselves. We've got a flight back to Sydney, and then recovery in the morning, and yeah, we'll obviously know by later on tonight who we'll be playing.
Do you have a preference?
No preference. Obviously, they're both big tasks, and we have to get ourselves ready for it.
Well, and Adelaide might be without their captain, Mark Rasciuto, who's just been reported, so who knows who you might be playing next week, Brett, but certainly I think there's a few people on the Swans bandwagon, even in Melbourne here. Are the Sydney media getting behind you and the supporters up there?
Yeah, no, it's been really good. We're getting plenty of numbers to games, and there was plenty of red and white out there today, so let's hope they keep following us.
Well, another super performance by the team and yourself today. Congratulations. Good luck in the next 4 weeks. Let's hope it goes that far for you. You are our Jason Family Betting Player of the Day. Well done today, mate.
Fantastic. Thanks very much. Cheers.
And you Brett Kirk and Andy Marr down in the Sydney rooms. Thanks for Jason for getting us into the rooms. And I love the fact that, you know, when you ask a player, do you have a preference who you play next week? They always say no. Wouldn't you love it if they came out and go, I hope we play West Coast. They're soft.
Yeah.
That would be great.
When they say yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Can I just say that obviously means that Hawthorn are going to get the priority pick, and I would be staggered if the AFL don't make a change to that for next season, because it has made an absolute farce at the end of this season.
It has been. It's been
Couldn't agree
awful.
more.
I agree. It's been awful.
Well, there's a Hawthorn, 2 Carlton supporters, and a Collingwood supporter, and honestly, I've hated going to the footy and not really caring if we win or not. It probably needs to be looked at. But hell, we're going to get 2 draft picks next year.
Yeah, but you won't get them as early as us, though. We'll get the number 1. Carlton finished last, which makes us the winners.
Not yet. You haven't finished last yet. You could upset yourselves tomorrow by winning. We love going to the footy. We love checking out the banners. Let's check out some of those masterpieces on crepe paper, Limo.
Did you know the umpires have got banners now? Yes, it's a true story. Here's the umpires banner from whichever game you want to choose. We'll say whatever we want. On us, there'll be no embargo. But next time, so no one hears us, they'll make us fly with the cargo. Underneath.
Yes.
Cargo.
Hannibal Lecter style, possibly. Don't worry about it. Seriously, I was at the MCG and see Hawthorn's banner, and here it reads, Jeff Kennett is our new president, a good man on who you can bank, although training will be harder when he privatised the half-forward flag. That's not right, Jeff. Have a look at yourself.
Caused some controversy during the week, last week. Shane Park from the Dockers and Fraser Garrick. Let's have a look at the St Kilda banner tomorrow. Garrick used the term Bible basher. It's not something the AFL likes, but he was hassled in the goal square by 2 Mormons on their bikes.
All right, we're going to take a break right now on Before the Game. Plenty coming up. Don't forget, we're going to have a look at the Mark Rasciuto report for next. Joining us in the studio, Leo Barry from the Swans. He's leaping.
It's the biggest day of footy this year, and for the power, it's simple. Beat the Dockers and you're in the finals. If there's one game you need to watch, it's this one. Port Adelaide Fremantle, 7:30 tonight.
AFL Saturday on 10.
It's 1990. The first qualifying round between the Eagles of West Coast and the Magpies of Collingwood.
A goal etched in the memory forever. We give you
Peter Dacos. We're home. Well, ain't over his head, the Dacos.
hemmed in on a boundary. 1990 revisited. Goes a goal. Oh, kicks a goal.
Oh, fellas. Yeah, Dacos. Bang! Dacos.
Ultimate's Factory Direct run-out sales on this weekend. Everything's drastically reduced with up to 50% off every barbecue, up to 20% off gas log fires, up to 50% off outdoor settings, and up to 30% off every wood heater. Ultimate's Factory Direct stock run-out sale, Noarlunga or Blair Athol.
Everything for your outdoors comes together at Barbecues Galore. Like this 4-burner barbecue with roasting hood, just $388. And right now, pay just $1 more for a powerful side burner. Barbecues Galore, outdoor furniture and more.
It's got meat, it's got cheese, it's McCain's great lasagna. You just heat it, then you eat it. Ah, McCain, you've done it again. Oh, McCain lasagna. Oh, McCain lasagna.
At Home's Father's Day sale, you can get a GMC 7-piece tool pack for $99. Wow. Or a gazebo carport for $159.
That is dynamite for us daddy dogs. Where? Home Hardware.
They meet on the sly.
I love a good secret.
Her parents don't approve. Now those parents are dead.
Think you know what happened? Think again. Criminal Intent is back with new episodes, 9 o'clock Sunday.
Welcome back to Before the Game, and time to introduce our first guest of the night, and he's in fantastic form. His team is all set up for a run at the finals, we just discovered before he actually captained them today. He's All-Australian from last year and perhaps again this year. Would you welcome Leo Barry?
Leo, can I just apologise up front where I thought Barry Hall was captain from now through the end of the year, but you were there today.
Apparently I was there, yeah. Apparently was captain. Obviously had a fair influence on the game, mate, and you took a fair bit of notice, but I'll cop it on the chin.
What difference does it make when you are captain? Like on match day, for example, or during the week, what actual difference does it make?
Basically toss the coin and address the players before we run out.
Did you get to pick the coin, heads or tails, or was it the opposite? You did?
Yeah, and won. So
you won.
Great start to your captaincy career there, Leo.
Yeah.
That's fair. And when you addressed the players, what did you say to them? Did you try to stir them up with a Braveheart type speech, or what did you say?
Yeah, I tried to, but it didn't really work that much. We had a bit of a slow start, so we'll have to do a bit more work on it, I think.
Fair enough, too.
And what's happening with the captaincy in the finals?
Yeah, Big Hawley, as you've already alluded to.
You got something right.
He probably should have done it again today. Yeah, he's captain for the final. We thought we might as well... He was next on the rotation, so we thought we might as well just keep
How many goes have you had as captain now?
That was my 4th game.
So your 4th go, have you won them all?
I dropped one.
Ooh.
St Kilda and we got pumped.
Ooh.
Well, you're never in danger of losing today. And let's have a look at the score again. And there it is, 29-129 to 11-9-75. And in the absence of any highlights, Sam, we're going to look at Barry Hall.
We are. Well, this was an interesting talking point out of the match. Barry Hall, the big spearhead, finished with 3 in the end, but really could have almost finished with 8. I think he dished off at least 5. Very unselfish behaviour, and Paul Roos spoke about it after the match. I'll be interested to see what Leo's got to say about it.
Because he's ended up 2 goals short of Fraser Garrick, who may not play tonight, so he actually could have potentially won the Coleman medal.
And instead, as you can see here, it was clearly not a priority for anyone because he's being rested on the bench at the end. What kind of message does that send to his teammates, Leo?
Oh, it's a fair indication of where Hawley holds himself in regards to the club. He's very much a leader of the club and a team man, so when the opportunity arises, he's dishes off to his other teammates.
What I was wondering, though, it was a very determined effort by him, obviously, today to be handing it out. Does that almost take up more energy than just kind of going for a goal when it's there?
Yeah, I think if the opportunity arises, he'll definitely take it. Like most forwards, if the chance is there. Maybe he went a little bit overboard, but it would have been good to see Hawley. It would have been a huge achievement to have a crack at the Coleman. So obviously fell a little bit short. And
didn't you make a pact as a team earlier in the year? I mean, didn't you call you got together and you don't call yourselves the Swans? What do you call yourselves up there now?
Sydney Swans?
No. I have read that you call yourselves the Bloods.
Yeah, there's just to keep the link with the obviously the old South Melbourne team.
Yeah.
So everyone sort of calls out, and we are regarded as the Bloods. So I suppose you could say that.
On the money again,
I was on the money.
How much attention do you get up there in Sydney?
It's getting better. Definitely when we're playing better football. Not like at the start of the season, we get a lot more positive feedback from the media, and definitely we're getting a little bit further in the pages.
What about
sports section?
Nightclubs? Can you get into nightclubs?
We struggle. We've got no pull at all. Apart from Goodsy or Hawley or Mick O'Loughlin, the rest of us just linger behind those guys. Basically, it's no good.
We struggle to. There was a special about you blokes in the Herald Sun this week. And sometimes we struggle to identify some of the fringe players in the team. Can you put a name to this face for us from the Herald Sun this week?
Yeah.
We're just not sure who that is.
It's Ryan O'Keefe. Yeah, the similarities are very close.
You must be wrapped to get through today. No major injury concerns. I know Mickey O'Loughlin, the last round a couple of years ago, tore his hamstring pretty severely at the MCG. The feeling must be pretty good.
Yeah, I think this year it's been an area where we've been, leading into the finals injury-free, and we've pretty much got everyone up and running, which is a good thing, and able to rest a couple of guys late in the game today. So yeah, we're in pretty good shape.
Is everyone mentally right? They're all sharp at the moment. No one's being a bit loose.
Not as loose as they normally are. We do have some loose people up there.
Is Nick Davis? He's off a little bit loose every now and again. Just a bit of loose. I've got some footage actually of Nick Davis. This is at I think a recovery session you guys had. This is Nick Davis. Just have a listen to him. Does he actually believe he is a seagull, or...?
It didn't surprise me. Mate, he eats enough KFC apparently, so he might be close enough.
Is he off the KFC?
He is. Yeah? He's in good shape. He's looking really good. I think he's 9 kilos lighter than he was last year, so goes to show how big and heavy he was last year.
Fantastic.
Leo, what about your own transformation? I'm obviously All-Australian last year. You've been a fantastic player for 2 or 3 years, but what enabled you to step your own game up to that level?
I think it was in 2000 I really struggled. playing on the forward line, couldn't get any consistency. So it was more basically to save my career going down back. I think at that stage, it's been a slow development. Played sort of 4 or 5 years down there now, and with the likes of Andrew Shawwell, he hasn't been playing a lot over the last couple of years, so I've had to play on, Fraser Garrick and all these other big fellas. So it's, my game's slowly developed and hopefully keep improving.
All right, well, stay with us. We've got to take another break on Before the Game. Plenty coming up. We're going to cross to Ryan Fitzgerald, and also we'll get out to the Telstra Dome and chat to Stephen Porter, mate. Don't forget to look at Mark Prosciutto's report as well.
Sunday is outsmarting a killer who knows your every move.
At the special time, 10 o'clock Sunday, this case reeks of a cover-up.
I want you to back off, Jasmine.
And to the team, it's like a red rag to a bull.
Why should NCIS out of it?
Just who's trying to get away with murder? Only 4 episodes to go till the gripping season finale. All new NCIS following Criminal Intent, Sunday. Wouldn't it be nice to wake up in a world where cars recognize and adjust to different individuals? It's closer than you think. We're already building cars that can guide you by voice, making maps a thing of the past. So the sooner you go to sleep, the sooner tomorrow comes. Sweet dreams.
Step 1, you order it.
2 lean chicken pieces, sweet chilli sauce, tomato.
Step 2, we make it. When you order a Deli Choices roll, we make it, right there, on the spot. That's why they're the fresh taste from McDonald's.
The dual cab Nissan Navara STR Turbo Diesel has a massive 110 kilowatts of power. And right now, for a very limited time, it also comes with a mass of extras. You still get $1,000 worth of free fuel. Plus free rego, free stamp duty, and free third party.
You beauty. Here you go. Oh, thank you. Just what I needed. That is good. Yeah. Really taste the butterscotch in this. Yeah.
With Jarrah's range of unexpected flavours, surprising is no longer surprising.
At Home's Father's Day sale, you can get a Serdo workbench, roller stand and clamp set for $39.95 or a 2-horsepower air compressor for $89.
That is dynamite for us daddy dogs. Where? Home Hardware.
Welcome back to Before the Game. Daniel Cross from the Bulldogs to join us later on, but Leo Barry is our guest at the moment, isn't he, Pete?
What were the expectations? Yes, he is. Well, Leo, what were the expectations? Have you exceeded your expectations this year? Finishing, you probably finished, well, third. You will finish third.
Yeah. I think we've had the similar sort of wins as we have over the last few years. I think we're probably in better shape. Our list is a little bit more experienced and we've played a lot more finals. I think probably our fringe players have improved a lot more than the rest of the group. Snyder, Ablett, Lucky Ablett and Omar Buchanan. So I think we're a better side than probably the last couple of years.
And will you shake Andrew Demetrio's hand if you win the premiership?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, no, he's one of our main supporters at the moment, so we're glad to have him on board.
What did you think when the president of, or is he president? Or
No, CEO.
CEO, whatever. He's the head of the AFL.
He's wrong again, is he?
Well, what is,
You're having a good night, is
well,
The
anyway,
boss.
the
We
big
know what you
man,
mean.
when he said you played
Honcho.
when he said you played boring football, what did you think?
It didn't really deter us. That we didn't hear about it that much up in Sydney. To be honest, it was more of an issue where we weren't playing well at the time, and we knew that we had the personnel to play good footy. And basically, from that issue, we've won basically 16 of our 17 games.
Did you change the way you played at all?
No. Our game plan's been basically exactly the same. It's the same as we've had it over the last couple of years, and it was just more probably our personnel was playing a bit better. Hawley had a bit of a slow start, and a few other guys. So when we had a few more guys on track, we definitely improved.
You're brave man, Barry. Blaming it on Barry Hall. You heard it here first on Before the Game.
talk about Barry Hall. I mean, it's quite interesting. The top 4 sides, they're very clear groupings. There's 2 sides that have spearheads that can kick bags of goals. The other 2, sort of the more even spread type model.
Yeah.
What do you think is more important in finals?
It's hard to say. We'll know pretty soon. I think definitely having Hawley and the form he's in, he draws a hell of a lot of attention over the last few weeks. They've been playing a couple of players on him, so it frees up a Nick Davis who's popped up and kicked 4 or 5 last couple of weeks, and Ryan O'Keefe. So it definitely takes the pressure off the rest of the team, and the form he's in, we're really looking forward to the finals campaign.
Yeah.
That'd be hard though with the Crows, for example, wouldn't it? Because there are 4 guys who can kick 5 goals easily in that side.
For the Crows?
Yeah.
We've got Welsh, who's probably their better forward, and Perry. They're a little bit the same, so I suppose you can't take your focus off each individual player.
Now, what was your former teammate Ryan Fitzgerald like as a player? Because he does out and about bits for us. What was he like as a full forward for the Swans?
He was a bit in and out. Oh, Fitzy, apparently he's funny, but we didn't see it too much. He
wasn't funny at all?
No, he thought he was funny. He more laughed at himself, I think.
All right, well, we have sent him out, as always, with thanks to Gillette. And, of course, the question he's asking today, well, Grant Thomas, as we know, fined during the week. So we want to know from the footy fans out there how we can help Grant Thomas raise the money to pay his fines.
We're talking Grant Thomas, Don. He's been fined during the week for bagging the umpires. How's he going to pay it off? He can't afford it. How's he going to pay it off?
Why doesn't he take my dog for a walk?
Your dog? Where are your dogs?
Here.
There you go, Grant.
You can actually sell beer in a bottle shop.
Why doesn't he hire out his solarium?
Who would he hire it out to? Someone like Cameron Lee? What if he brought out his own lipstick?
Yeah, that'd be all right.
His own special tooth lipstick? Ellie?
Lipstick, have I got on my teeth?
There's a good one running at Sandown today, Milkshake.
You know, he's a pretty cuddly sort of guy.
He is, Grant.
And, you know, maybe he could be the 5th wiggle.
It'd be Wake Up Grant instead of Wake Up Jeff. It could be Wake Up Saints at the moment, the way they're playing. Get your voices down, you little mongrels. They're a bit loud, those kids, aren't they?
Certainly are.
Well, listen, mate, I reckon if you was to stop eating so many donuts, you'd probably raise a few grand there.
How would you get a quick 15 grand, Johnny?
Rob a bank.
Rob a bank? You're not Ronnie Biggs, eh?
The supporters should help him.
The supporters should help him. Would you chuck in some money? Would you hold up the tins and say the Grant Thomas appeal? The Grant Thomas appeal. The Grant Thomas appeal. Chuck in a couple of bucks. What if he came up to you and gave you an indecent proposal and said, if I had Debbie for a night for 15 grand, would you take it, Bazza?
20.
Good luck, Grant.
Yeah, good luck, Grant.
Oh, I get a little pin.
You get a little pin.
Little Grant Thomas pin.
Little Grant Thomas pin.
Gillette M3 power there, bring us Ryan Fitzgerald out and about. Gee, what a furore it's caused. Do you like umpires, Leo?
They've been pretty good to us this year, and hopefully continues.
I was just going to say,
what else can you say?
Speaking of playing a straight bat, we spoke to Brett Kirk after the game before, and he doesn't have a preference to play next week. Do you have a preference over West Coast or Adelaide?
Probably not at this stage. We performed pretty well against both sides during the year, so not too phased.
What forward in the finals do you think is your biggest worry? Like, is it Treadray? Who's the person who you least
from
want?
All the teams
from all the teams in the finals.
Big G train's pretty difficult.
Gary, yeah?
Yeah.
He's an interesting character, isn't he?
You shut him down early this year, though, didn't you? Was he annoyed? Did he get in your ear?
That was a couple of years ago. He's tearing me up a bit lately, but we won't talk about that.
Well, let's find out whether the G-Train is indeed playing tonight, because, of course, the Saints meet the Brisbane Lions at the Telstra Dome, and Stephen Quartermain can tell us all about it. G'day, Quarters.
Good evening, guys. No word on the G-Train yet. The teams aren't due out for another 4 or 5 minutes, so we don't know. Sorry.
What's the word on him, Stephen? I mean, there has been this pre-match speculation. Is he injured or has he got gastro or what? What's going on?
I was actually told last Sunday that he was not going to play this week. He's got a few niggles and that he was going to be rested, although all indications are that he is going to play. But it's one of those ducks and drakes games, I guess. Look, when you have a look at the state of the ladder at the moment, it probably doesn't really matter if he plays or not tonight now. So maybe erring on the side of caution, you wouldn't play the G-Train, but you hate to flirt with form and all that sort of stuff. So if he's fit enough, I'm sure he'll take his place tonight. We'll know in about 4 or 5 minutes.
And Quarters is the entire Western Bulldogs coaching and playing staff down there watching the game in anticipation.
They haven't got a hope in hell, mate, I wouldn't have thought, unfortunately. They blew their chance last week.
Quarters, who do you think the umpires are going to be barracking for tonight?
Oh, St Kilda, definitely. St Kilda, definitely. What a week it's been. Not a good week for journalists, unfortunately. But anyway, everyone's sticking by their story, and that's the way it is.
Were you in the flight quarters at all?
No, I wasn't. No, I'll be going to Perth next week and coming back on the red eye. So, although I'm looking at the score at the moment, and there's about, 11 points in it in favour of the Crows. So I'm not sure which night I'll be in Perth, but definitely be there next week. Looking forward to it.
Okay, well, take your pen with you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and my little recording device, too.
Quarters, loved your commentary last week, particularly your education of Robert Walls. We might just have another listen to it now.
He goes to ground, Griffin, and he hangs on Davey. And again, the umpires are going to ride.
He's like the Venus flytrap, isn't he?
What's that?
It's a plant.
Any more botany in the education tonight, Quarters?
I'm doing my best to educate Robert on many things. I did bring him a book on flora and fauna tonight, so we're sitting down. I'm actually showing what a Venus flytrap is all about. What I was trying to say is that because he's so quick and deadly, you might be just cruising around, just enjoying the environment. All of a sudden, he's got you, and that's what Aaron Davies like.
Now, Quarters, before we let you go, the big appointment you've got tomorrow night with Andrew Demetrio to announce the finals, how it's going to shape up.
Well, it looks like at this stage that the winner of the game between West Coast and Adelaide, at this stage, as I said, what's the score at the moment? 81-69. Crows lead by a couple of goals halfway through the last quarter. So it looks like Adelaide will play on Saturday night and they will play St Kilda. And it looks like perhaps on Friday night it's going to be West Coast versus Sydney. And just looking at West Coast, they just seem just a little bit off the boil at the moment. So that's a game. In fact, I'm going to go right down and say I think Sydney can beat West Coast next week.
Well, there you go. Leo Barry is wrapped his pubs, Quarters.
Oh, it's Leo there. I'm glad I took Sydney there.
Thanks, Quarters. Enjoy the call tonight.
Should be a good game.
Of course, you'll see that announcement on Channel 10. And you'll see all the finals on one station only, and that is, of course, Channel 10, if you had any doubt.
You love that, don't you? Oh, we all do.
We do love that. Port Adelaide and Fremantle, the other big match tonight.
It's a huge game, of course, and geez, I think the Bulldogs have to watch almost every game and wait. I think the Bulldogs, they need Freo to lose by more than 3 goals. They need Essendon to win. They need Adam Gilchrist to make 100.
It's a huge game tonight. It's a game for the 8, essentially. Whoever wins, Port, Freo. And Port could end up with a home final. Yeah. Which is crazy given they haven't been in the 8.
Quick tip,
for,
Leo, Port, Freo tonight.
Freo.
Thank you.
Quick. Leo, thanks for coming in tonight. Leo Barry, everyone, joining us on Before the Game. Plenty to come, and speaking of the Bulldogs, next in the studio, Daniel Cross and Scrawny will be here later as well.
1918. The pandemic flu outbreaks, killing millions.
What did they do in 1918? How'd they stop it?
Nothing. There's no cure.
Now it's back, and its spread is no accident.
The virus was released by aerosol spray on 2 buses. It is imperative that we avoid a public panic.
Monday.
Let's find him now.
But can they catch him before they catch it first?
10's hot new drama, Numbers. 8:30 Monday on 10.
Now's the time to buy for Father's Day at Harvey Norman. Spend $500 or more and buy a no deposit with no repayments and no interest for 18 months. Hot new Celeron M notebook, wireless ready with bright widescreen display, $12.86. LG dual layer DVD burner, hot price just $88. JVC digital video camera with bonus bag, tripod and 5 tapes, $6.99. Great no deposit with no repayments, interest-free terms and great prizes. This Father's Day, go Harvey Norman.
Go Harvey Norman, go!
only one glazier has achieved quality assurance endorsement. My Glazier. So for 24-hour glass replacement, assistance with your insurance claim and quality service by the book, My Glazier is your glazier.
Remember David and Margaret, the tax specialists? Well, they've just finished with their clients. To see how they can help you get the best tax refund possible, call 132325. H&R Block, the best people in tax. That's our claim.
Josh Hunt. Has Stephen Johnson been offering money around looking for a compatible hamstring donor?
I think he has been, yeah.
Do you let Cameron Mooney's tyres down just so you can watch him flip out?
I wouldn't ever dare let Cameron Mooney's tyres down.
When Stephen King reaches above you for the biscuit tin, does he try and claim it as a contested mark?
No, he doesn't.
Did Douglas Wood have any idea who you were?
No, I don't think so.
Was the new grandstand built to protect Cameron Ling from the sun?
No, the sun comes from the other side. He plays down that wing now.
Have Peter Riccardi and Brenton Sanderson pressured the marketing department to come up with a Geelong cardigan?
Not at all.
Did you steal your legs from a rhinoceros?
No, better from you, mate.
What's smoother, a brand new Sharon or the top of Paul Chapman's head?
Ah, Sharon. It's very bumpy, chubby head.
Does playing for Geelong make up for having to live in Geelong?
It does.
When you play a joke on Brad Ottens, does Bomber Thompson come out and tell you to leave him alone?
No, he doesn't.
Josh Hunt, thanks for coming inside 60.
Cheers, thanks, mate.
Josh Hunt, prime defender for the Cats, of course, joining us there on Inside 60. Well, time to welcome our second guest for the night, and he is playing the waiting game for the rest of the weekend, hoping various teams win so the Bulldogs can make the finals. He's really emerged as an elite midfielder this year in the competition. Would you welcome Daniel Cross from the Western Bulldogs?
Daniel, can you tell us exactly what needs to happen for the Bulldogs to make the 8?
Well, it's a bit of a long story, really. Port have to win by more than 15 points, or Fremantle will have to win. We need St Kilda to win tonight.
So if one of those teams win, you win in the finals. Is it what? So somebody has to win that game.
Yeah, someone has to win that game.
So if Port win by less than 15 points, you lose.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because Fremantle have a higher percentage than us at the moment. So.
And Essendon need to beat Melbourne tomorrow.
Yes, and St Kilda have to beat Brisbane tonight, which would be good. So.
Right.
So have you been all together today, kind of watching or getting ready to watch these matches?
We had our recovery session this morning, and we're all going through scenarios and all that sort of thing. But if all things go our way tonight, then we'll get together at the Spotswood RSL and watch the game and cheer on the Bombers.
Spotswood RSL's going to have a big one tomorrow.
Depending on the result, it will.
Yes, exactly.
The Bulldogs, of course, last night defeated Collingwood. What a start it was to the game. Let's have a look at the score in the end. 9 goals to 2 at quarter time. 21-15, 141. In the end, they didn't win by as much as they would have liked. 14-16, 100. Robin 6, Johnson 5, and Buckley kicked 3 for the Maggies, Sam.
Yeah, a remarkable opening term and fitting of the Bulldogs' high-scoring style. Scott West, perhaps another 3 Brownlow votes. He accrued 36 touches, and Brad Johnson also having a terrific game. He finished with 5 goals. The Magpies got it together late in the second term and in the third. Paul Acuria, effective 35 touches, and Nathan Buckley, Collingwood's lone hand really in attack. He finished with 3 goals. Matthew Robbins at the other end, he's been a real surprise packet and a nice dead-eye actually in front of goal. Kicked 6 for the night, and I guess it's a weird feeling when you have a 41-point win and you don't really know how to feel about it.
Yeah, it was really strange after the game. We didn't know whether to feel happy after the win or whether to be disappointed, because we don't know whether we're in the finals.
Always be happy being Collingwood. Always.
You did. I mean, 9 goals to 2 in the first quarter, and then Collingwood did come back throughout. I think won the second and third quarters. Were you disappointed that you maybe have let some important percentage go?
Yeah, I suppose at the end of the game, you look back and wish that those quarters had been better, but they played really well during those 2 quarters, and Rocket was very disappointed with us during those periods, but in the last quarter we got it together again, and we finished them off.
So you know that Peter Hallier, who is a massive Collingwood supporter, was there at the game, but when did you leave the game last night, Peter? At what point did you leave the game?
I'm going to qualify it. I took my 3-year-old son Liam there, and he got frightened by the sirens, and he was crying, so I took him home at quarter time.
Blaming his 3-year-old. That is a disgrace, Pete.
Who was crying? The 3-year-old, or were you crying at quarter time?
He was crying before the game. I was crying at quarter time, so we all went home together.
Now, are you praying together to try to make the finals? Because we've got some evidence of you guys after the game last night, and I think Scotty West is holding this prayer session.
Yeah.
What are you saying in there where you're all kneeling down and hugging each other?
Yeah, no, we're all just saying our Hail Marys and our fathers, and yeah, praying to the gods that all those teams win for us. And
all right.
yeah.
We thought you might have been sitting down counting the freckles on Robert Murphy's back.
No, we met your girlfriend in the green room before. A few of us. Sam, she's lovely. She works down at the club.
She used to work down.
She used to work.
Yeah.
Did you get her out of there?
Yeah. She got kicked out because I was doing. Yeah.
we won't get into what you were doing, but anyway, Daniel, you met or you picked her up on you had a manpower night at the club.
Yeah, I actually met her a couple of weeks before that night, and it was her first appearance. I was down at the Melton Shopping Centre with Rowan Smith, and I met her there, and a couple of weeks later we had manpower, and she was waiting there for me, actually, I think.
There we go.
That's a beautiful story. Actually, Daniel, can I ask you, this may seem like an odd question, but have you seen Ben Dixon's skid marks?
That doesn't seem like an odd question at all, Ian.
I know it doesn't seem like an odd question. Well, you played at Telstra Dome last night. This is from last week's Hawthorn-Richmond game at the Telstra Dome. Have a look at Ben Dixon's skid marks. Look behind him. How ridiculous is that surface? You played there last night.
Concrete.
It looks like concrete under about an inch of grass.
Yeah, it was every week you walk out there before the game, and it's different every week. And last night I walked out there, and the ground was really spongy, and